would be required to read a biography of Marco Polo. A long one with fun.
The students who are chuckling in this room is not because of any funny jokes the speaker is telling. Rather, it's the magic of poetry that is connecting the heart and minds of these Maryvale scholars.
If the British called Z, Z, I wondered, why not call B, bed, and D, dead? And why does Z...
Billy Collins, the former Poet Laureate of the United States, visited Maryvale High School to talk about poetry, to read some of his poems, and, of course, to answer some questions.
Poetry usually starts out as this sort of secretive activity, and early on, I was writing very covertly. I wouldn't show it to anybody. It was like diary keeping.
The presence of Collins and the delivery of his poems. That's the reason why the eyes of these students are not moving away. They are active, attentive, and curious.
And I think I'm trying to present poetry in a way that's not intimidating. It's not, it's not sort of highfalutin. It can be entertaining. It can be moving. And I try to combine those two things.
And how are they impacted?
Well, for teenagers, we're not used to a lot of poetry. We're used to reading books about stories with violence and anger. To read his poetry and to have a simple poetry, simple 4 lines or 1 poem, and it means something deeper, it definitely gets us thinking a lot more. And makes us interpret his meaning, where he comes from in the meaning, and maybe where he wrote this poem and time period.
He looks so relaxed, and like he is actually like a spirited man, but he's so rigorous in his work and like, oh, I need to get this done, but he's so spirited, like he knows he can take care of like himself, like not being, oh, I'm so nervous of writing something, or I shouldn't feel this way, and like how he actually feels is the real thing of how it goes on. But it's really nice to see a hardworking man in a spirited way.
I would love to tell you how I was able to resemble Give Me a Break without actually being identical to Give Me a Break, but all I can say is that I sensed a similarity between me and Give Me a Break. I mean, students are smart, they can maybe they're getting C minuses, but they're smart in lots of other ways. They can sniff out pretentiousness right away.
And in a lot of ways, students are trying to interpret the essence of poetry in their own lives.
In an English class, we get to write our own poetry. We get to write down our feelings. In math class, it's just an answer. Or science class, it's just an answer. In poetry, we get to write down our feelings. We get to write down everything, basically why we're here, why we're in school.
In school, to learn and to experience. And if we learn to embrace poetry, maybe we can bring some changes in our daily life. Reporting for No 99, I'm Chuck Emmert.